we are a multidisciplinary people, and we of course love to have architects, interior designers, HVAC consultants, people from different avenues of life to share their thoughts too, so that we can make technology more adaptable to the human needs.
Okay, so Milind, before I move on, I heard Bhavesh speak about architects, and I'm going to respond back on that.
Yeah.
I think about 12 or 13, 14 years ago, when home automation was very nascent in India and Mumbai for that matter, I did one of the first few houses which was home automized.
Right.
And I was the biggest proponent. I was like, yeah, every house has to be the future house. You have to do this about 15 years ago.
Yeah.
And the whole experiment was a disaster after a few years. The client was on my brain, saying, why have you spent my money? What a mistake or a disaster, you know? And then from that day, today I've come to a phase where I do not recommend automation, because we say smart homes is operated by dumb people.
Yeah.
Plus, then you have a lot of other issues which I will actually touch on my in my presentation that I will just line up right now. So just have the presentation play in a minute. Again, Bhavesh, my point is, yes, architects are the biggest influences, because eventually we are answerable to our clients. Tomorrow, someone from automation comes with a very fancy gadget saying, so you can clap something and this window will open up and all that, and you pay me 2 crores. I say, fine, I trust your word for it. I tell my client, pay 2 crores, and the window doesn't open up. The guy says, नहीं सर वो डस्ट फ्री एनवायरनमेंट नहीं था सर, वहाँ पे वो उसमें मेरा इलेक्ट्रिकल पावर नहीं आया, वो वाईफाई बंद पड़ गया. The client is going to listen to that, right?
This is exactly, I agree with you, Santosh. And my point was also same, that because architects and designers will always be the biggest stakeholder in any project, they have to be convinced very well, and then only they are going to propose it to the buyers. So they will always be an influencer.
Yeah.
But again, the reason. Sorry, so again, the reason that I am here today and what I want to tell all of you all is the way I see, as from an outside perspective, is the way telecommunications, mobile phones, smartphone penetration that has happened in the market today. All thanks to A, the mobile phones being cheap, B, the data and the bandwidth being like given away for free by probably, you know, so a few companies, I mean, we all know about. They're just dumping like 2 GB free per day, lelo. And if you see today in the villages, I am sure the guy must not be getting proper food to eat, but he will go and he'll operate his YouTube. He will go and upload movies on TikTok. He's going to share it with his friends. So we have to understand that suddenly about 10 years ago, when we had I would not say zero, I don't know the figures, but we had virtually nil smartphone penetration. Today, I don't know, we have like a crazy amount of smartphone penetration. Every driver, every security guard down the line today has a smartphone. He's on Facebook chatting with somebody else.
Right.
So this is the golden moment for the smart home and the automation industries. Please, exactly. I mean, I get, I do work for a lot of high-end residences, but we also work for developers, the high-end developers, as well as the low-end. I would not say low-end. Nobody in Mumbai is low-end. They're all mid-end. But we work for all of them, and then suddenly, you know, you have an automation guy coming and speccing, okay, sir, you pay me 2 crores, I will do this, that. Gone are the days.
Yes.
Please make sure that your automation switch is available at every electrician shop. You know, or from a TikTok switches, which is 35 rupees per switch, I want an automation switch to be probably at 20 rupees a switch. Let us, I think Mr. Yadav and there are 2-3 other gentlemen here who are from bigger companies. I think this is the time you can start investing, you know, big time in terms of mass production. You have a market who's waiting. People are scared of having intruders coming into their house. Yes, your door phones, that's another big market. Thermometer guns. I'm having chatting with a client right now who's just telling me I need to have a full camera in my house which can detect infrared temperature of my servants over there. So yes, because of COVID, there is like a crazy amount of requirements that are coming up. Yes. B, the market is going to be bad for some time, so you cannot expect to get paid like or make a handsome profit. But this is the time to stay alive. This is the time to start pitching out, start increasing your base. The minute this base increases with the way things are going internationally, I feel in a year, 2 years, if our government really plays its cards right, India is going to be a very, very bright country. The kind of investment coming in over here is going to be very great. And that is the time when you're pitched to actually make the most of it. But right now, you have to just think of casting your net as wide as possible. In fact, every slum reader, I would put the extreme of slings. Every slum rehab project should have a lighting control in the room there. You know, once we reach that stage, then we can start pitching for the high end stuff. But let people understand what home automation is about.
Yeah. So
I'm sorry if
Santosh, completely, completely, I am with you, on this, that, earlier 10 years back, our automation industry was in the nascent stage, and there were nightmares for a lot of people, client as well as architects. And it has happened that a lot of technologies, lot of vendor system integrators have closed down, and they would not service you, when you have an
yes,
issue at home.
yes,
You need to,
yes,
the thing is, you call on the next system integrator, they say you have to strip down the entire system and pull in for a new system. And I
true,
completely understand you are this into, you are the person who the client completely believes in. And he, at that point of time, he says, I don't want to talk to the system integrator. I don't know what technology it is.
correct.
So we completely understand, and that is where we are planning to come together and form real standardization into the industry.